What's up, guys? This is Zach from Zach's Hockey Box, and we're here today to kind of go over what the NHL announced today. So this is the day after Memorial Day, what, the 26th, I believe, is today, maybe 27th, something like that. Bunky on me. Let me just double check real quick so I don't. 26th, I was right. Okay, I was right. But anyways, the NHL today announced the next phase and all the plans for the playoffs and the draft and all that fun stuff. So I have a lot of it written down here because I was obviously doing the Arizona Coyotes video and I forgot about the announcement, turned on everything, wrote down some stuff, and we're going to go over it right now. And at the same time, do a mail day because I've got a ton of packages here. I believe these are all jerseys, I think. Some of them might not be. If they're not, I won't show them, but I think at least 3 of these I think are jerseys, so I'll unbox those and show them to you as we kind of go over what the NHL discussed. So first off, so Gary Bettman obviously came on, said hi, all that stuff, and started to talk over it. And also, this is my new Dallas Stars Reebok jersey with Patrick Sharp on the back, which I got from I think it was a seller on eBay. I can't remember if it was just a seller on eBay, if it was like Fullman jerseys. It might have been Fullman jerseys. Someone. I don't remember, but I really wanted this Dallas Stars jersey because I love this logo. I love the colors, everything about it. Anyways, they're saying the first half of July is for training camp, so they're not expecting anything to really start happening with training camp and playoffs. The play-ins and all that stuff will not be starting until July 1st, or the first week or so of July at the earliest. So they're starting phase 2 supposedly next week, the beginning of June, where players can start going to team facilities and skate in small groups and do small activities at team facilities. And then by the first week or 2 of July, they're talking about opening training camps and having all that fun stuff. So that will be hopefully happening sometime at the beginning of July. They are going to have 2 cities, so 2 hub cities, one for each conference, one for the Western, one for the Eastern Conference. And that's what they're going to be doing. They are looking at several cities here, which I'm going to go over real quick. That could be the 2 hub cities. So there's Chicago, Columbus, Dallas, Edmonton, Las Vegas, Los Angeles, which I thought was kind of weird because they're still in lockdown mostly. Minneapolis, Pittsburgh, Toronto, and Vancouver. Those are all the cities that they're looking at for the 2 hub cities. So they haven't quite narrowed it down past that. Those are the teams they have so far. So 2 of those cities will be the hub cities for the 2 conferences. They will have round robin to decide the top seedings. So the top 4 for each division will do a round robin tournament against each other to decide who's first, second, third, and fourth in that conference. So that's going to be interesting. So that means Boston, who's first overall in the East, could end up as low as 4th in the conference, which is really interesting. It's going to be a best of 5 play-in for the playoffs. So they're going to have 24 teams playing, and they're going to have the best of 5 for that play-in for those teams. So the top 4 will do a round robin during that time, decide the top 4 seeds, and then the other teams will be playing in a round robin tournament to decide who gets to play in the playoffs. I have all the matchups right here on the side. I will go over that in just a minute, because it gets a little confusing at some of those points. Trying to understand as much as some other people might be trying to understand out there. The points percentage did determine the spots, like everyone was speculating. That was a big thing. Everyone was speculating the point percentage was going to be deciding who gets in, who doesn't, where they all end up. That's how it happened. That's how these matchups have been decided. They could get reseeded. In the first and second round could be best of 5. So the first and second rounds of the playoffs, instead of the quarterfinals, all that stuff being best of 7, they could be best of 7 or best of 5. They haven't decided, but that would mean a few less games they need to win the Stanley Cup as well. So it wouldn't be the first time in NHL history where we have less games to get the Stanley Cup. But hey, I'm all for it as long as we get hockey back and get some kind of playoffs. And I honestly think best of 5 for the first 2 rounds would make it super intense right away and make it really enjoyable to watch. Like, watch these teams have to be really good right out the gate. That'd be really fun. Conference finals and Stanley Cup finals will both be best of 7s. There's not changing those, but the first 2 rounds could definitely be best of 5. So that's Boston, Tampa, Washington, and Philly, the top teams in the East that will be doing the round robin tournament to decide who gets to be first, second, third, and fourth. And then for the West, it'll be St. Louis, Colorado, Vegas, and the Dallas Stars, which is we're only Dallas for this, and there could possibly one of the hub cities. And I just wanted to wear this jersey. I love this jersey. yeah, so those 8 teams in their respective conferences will play a round robin tournament against each other to decide who gets to be the top seed in that division, which would be interesting. So again, Boston could drop to 4th in standings, which means Toronto won't have to play them if they can get past Columbus. So let's go over that. So these are the other teams that are going to be doing the play-in games. It'll be Pittsburgh against Montreal, can't speak. Carolina against the Rangers, the New York Islanders against Florida, the Leafs against the Blue Jackets. That one's going to be interesting. I would love to watch that series. I mean, I'm going to watch all this as much as I possibly can, but the Toronto Maple Leafs and Columbus Blue Jackets, that'll be a really awesome series. And then that was the East. The West will be the Edmonton Oilers against Chicago Blackhawks, which could be a big upset. The Predators against the Coyotes, the Vancouver Canucks against the Minnesota Wild, and then the Calgary Flames against the Winnipeg Jets. So those are your play-in rounds, best of 5, to get a chance to play against the other teams who get seeded in the top 4. There you go. So that's how that's going to kind of go for the playoffs. It's not perfect, I know that, but I personally believe it's the best we're going to get in this situation that we have. I think that's not bad considering we're getting some playoffs, we're getting hockey back at some point within the next few months. I'm all for it. Let's do it. I'm excited to see something new, something different, and I think, again, it's going to be super intense right out of the gate. You got to win, and you got to play hard. It's going to be great, I personally think. Now, this is when it gets really weird. They talked about the draft as well. There could be 2 phases that could happen in the draft, and now this is where I hopefully understood it properly. I watched the video while it aired, and I rewatched it to try and comprehend it and make sure I got it. And this is how I understood it. Again, you're more than free to comment below and let me know if you understood differently or if I got something wrong. Feel free to, because again, I'm trying to get this as much information out of it as I could and get you guys with taking all the extra stuff out of it. So the first phase will be the 7 non-playing teams plus the 8 first knocked out teams. They will all have a shot at first overall draft pick. So the Red Wings, the Ottawa Senators, Buffalo, the 3 California teams, who else? New Jersey. They're all going to have a shot at the first overall draft pick still. But so will the 8 teams that get knocked out in that play-in round. So the 8 teams that lose in that first play-in round will also get a shot at the first overall draft pick. So they will all be in the draft lottery. Now, when they do the draft lottery, it will be on June 26th. At least this is how I understood it. June 26th, they will have a draft lottery to decide the top 3 draft picks. The 7 teams that aren't playing, so they're not 7 non-playing teams, will be there, and they'll have 8 placeholders teams in this draft lottery for the top 3, which is kind of weird. But yeah, so they'll have the 7 teams not playing and the 8 placeholder teams in this draft lottery. They do the draft lottery, pull it. If one of the top 3 are picked by the 7 non-playing teams, they'll keep it, and that's just how they will go, and there won't be a phase 2, is how I understood it from Gary Bettman. So that means, say, Detroit, Ottawa, and San Jose get the top 3 picks. That means Detroit will draft first, Ottawa will get second, then Ottawa will get third because they have San Jose's first pick. So those will be fine. They'll stay like that, and they'll just continue down. I'm guessing the reseeds, or the 8 teams that get knocked out, will get placed as they get knocked out, I'm assuming. I'm not quite sure how that's going to all work. That was a little unclear on that side. But if one of the top 3 or the top 3 are picked by the filler teams, the placeholder teams, they will be doing a redraft for every team that was knocked out. So the 8 teams that are knocked out of the round out of the tournament will get a 12.5% chance. They're going to redo the draft lottery after that first round, or the play-ins, or whatever you want to call it, and they will all have the same exact odds to get those top draft picks as well. So it's a super weird concept. I'm not sure how that all works, but I guess they'll draw those top 3 spots again, and whoever gets it, and then everything after that will stay exactly how it was the first time around, is how I understood it. It could be very different. Again, this is a very unprecedented situation, so I'm not sure if I'm even understanding it properly. That's how I understood it. So again, if one of the 7 non-playing teams gets the top 3 draft picks, they'll just leave it and say that's how we'll draft. If any of the top 3 are picked by the filler teams, they will redo it, and the 8 teams that are the filler teams, as they get knocked out, will get put into those spots, and then they will redraft with the same amount of odds to get those top 3 picks as well. And then the draft lottery will be held after the first round of teams are knocked out. So that's how I understood it. It's, again, it's a little confusing. You're more than welcome to, again, comment below how you feel about all this stuff. Again, you could go watch the video on NHL Network on the app. I know that's how I watched it originally. They have Gary Bettman goes through all of it. Probably a little bit better than I do. Maybe not. We'll see. Again, YouTube, there's lots of people on YouTube that are doing videos, I'm sure, right now of this. That might be able to clarify it a little bit better, but this is how I understood it. And I just want to pass along to you guys in this video to how I understood how the NHL draft, lottery, and the playoffs are going to work. Now, with that being said, now that we're done going over all that fun stuff, let's get into some of these packages, because that I understand a heck of a lot more. Again, these are all, I think most of these are going to be through Poshmark purchases, which, again, if you guys haven't gone on Poshmark, wow, I've been finding some really good deals on there. I got the Anaheim Ducks 2007 Stanley Cup champion hat, which you guys will see in a upcoming video for the Anaheim Ducks jersey and logo history. You'll see that. We'll see about this. Oh, okay, so we got our first one. So, bad news. This is why you gotta be careful when you're buying jerseys. This is a fake. I can tell right off the bat. This is a fake jersey. So, from a distance, it looks like an Adidas authentic Horst Schneider jersey. But they are getting really good with it, so you can see that with, even in the inside, it has like the 95, 02, 2000, 2003. But it's not an authentic in any way, shape, or form. You can tell for two different things. So I got a Washington Capitals jersey recently that was not an authentic either. Same exact situation going on here. The big tells, if you can't tell, because the Washington Capitals one I bought on eBay. At 100% feedback, buyer feedback, and he sold over like 3,000 or 4,000 items. So I'm like, okay, 100% feedback usually is a good sign. Someone would have complained if it wasn't a legit jersey, and it had sold a lot of items. So I bought one. I was like, you know what, let's test it, let's see it. Because he had a couple, I was like, I'll buy one just to test it out. This, same situation, exact same thing with this and the bottom part. I'll show you in a second. The best thing to do and the easiest way to tell if they're fake will be these two things I'm about to show you. Here, sorry. But first will be this crest here. This should be completely shiny and not this flimsy plastic. So there's this flimsy plastic piece. This isn't authentic. This right away, this is how I could tell right out of the box this wasn't Adidas authentic. So here, let me grab one of these. Here's the San Jose one. This is an Adidas authentic. You see how that logo is? It's really crisp. It has that little texture in it. Really shiny. Now look at this one. Not the same way. Kind of hard to tell, but you could tell the difference instantaneously if you got one that's a fake. So that's first indication. Second is this Adidas button at the bottom. This is just a piece of plastic, a thin piece of plastic that says Adidas. That's the next tell, because if you look at like this one, this also has that, but it's like pushy. Like the middle part is like almost like a cushion button that you can push on and like it squeezes in. The fake ones do not have that. So fake one right here doesn't have that. It's just a single piece of plastic that they slapped on there. And yeah, so that right there can tell you it's a fake as well. So those are two big notices that I've known since I've started collecting jerseys. Tell you fake right out the bat. And then you can also kind of tell from the logo. The logo, it's bubbly. This one's bubbly. The Adidas are not bubbly. The Adidas Authentics are amazing quality logos. If you have one, you know what I'm talking about. If you don't, you should get an Adidas, because the logos are just fantastically done. You can tell right off the bat. I could tell from the NHL crest in the front and the logo on the front that this was a fake, because of the bubbly fabric there. So that's a fake. Kitty commentaries, I usually give all these to Kitty commentary because she doesn't care if they're fake. She just wears them because she likes hockey jerseys. She doesn't care about fakes or not. But yeah, there you go. So just be careful when you're buying online, guys. That's what could happen. Let's get into the next package. I think I have one other jersey that hopefully is a legit one that I'm super excited to get because I've been looking for it for a while. But yeah, again, obviously anytime you're buying online, you got to be careful who you're buying from, where you're getting it from. But yeah, that's why if I do see some good sales on some stuff, I usually get one to test the buyer to see if they're good or not, and if they are, then I keep buying from it. If they're bad, I usually comment and make sure that people know that this isn't an authentic and that they're selling fakes. Now, the one I bought for the Washington Capitals recently, he offered to send my money back and give me extra money if I changed my feedback. So he wanted me to go on and change the negative feedback that I gave him, because I obviously am all for authentic jerseys, and I don't like supporting people who don't tell you up front. Now, if you would have said not authentic, fake jersey, whatever, and wasn't charging full price, whatever, you do you. But if you're going to sell jerseys and market it as a legit jersey, then I'm going to comment and make sure that people know it's not a legit jersey. Yeah, so this one's pretty cool. Again, it doesn't feel like this is a legit jersey, but it's still something that'd be cool to wear. I was happy to get it. So this is a Team Canada Olympic jersey. So again, I don't know if it's exactly considered a legit jersey, because it feels really thin. Again, I don't know the IIHF jerseys as much. See the, sorry, IIHF back there. But the only reason I'm questioning it a little bit is the Nike logo right here is in white. It's like red. So I'm not sure if that's legit or not. But either way, it's still a nice jersey. I don't care if this one's as authentic as like an NHL jersey. I want those as authentics. This is just cool because I like being able to wear a Team Canada jersey with the hat and all that stuff when I am able to go back to the USA Hockey Arena and watch international teams play whenever that may be. So I just have to get this for dirt cheap. I think I got it like for $20. So even if it's not legit, I'll take it for $20. But yeah, so again, always be careful when you buy online, guys, because you never know what you're going to get. Next up, let's see if these are also jerseys, because again, I don't know. I got a couple of Stanley Cup champion hats. I don't know if any of these are going to be those, but we shall see. Doesn't feel like it. It feels more like a, yeah, so this is a jersey. Okay. This one looks pretty authentic. We shall see. I want it for really cheap. See, I'm worried about how legit it is right there. So they have the NHL thing right there. I'll pull it out because I'm thinking this isn't authentic. See the crest? It is not. It is not. So right off the bat, I can tell you, not an authentic jersey. Mainly because this right here, this was on front. Again, if you guys haven't bought anything, you should know right off the bat, this should be reflective, and it should be able to switch this between NHL and a couple different things. It should be more reflective, all that fun stuff. But yeah, again, tell right up front, right here, not a real patch, right there. So again, not legit. You can even feel it feels fake. It feels like cheap plastic. They don't do that. Plus, this wasn't in the picture when I was bidding on it, so I would have known right then and there. The Adidas thing, again, not pushy. It's a little bit, but it's also really badly stitched on and all that fun stuff. But you'd also know because this jersey wouldn't have that patch because only the first year jerseys had that. But yeah, so it was a Ryan Nugent-Hopkins Climate jersey. So again, these fakes are getting a little bit better because of the fact that they're doing that. So Kitty Commentary got 2 jerseys today. Yeah, so this is a fake Adidas. Don't recommend that. I will be commenting on the eBay page and making sure people know that those are all fakes to let people know. Because again, I make sure people know up front, hey, this is not bad. Again, 100% feedback, sold lots of items. Usually means pretty good, but again, like the last guy, he said, oh, hey, if you comment, if you take your negative feedback away, I'll give you some money. You can tell that a lot of people probably take them up on that offer because they haven't left feedback on something they should have and screwed some people out of their money. I'm not going to do that. I refuse to take money and help somebody screw people over. So there you go. If you see me comment on something or you see any bad comment saying it's not legit, don't buy from me. And this is one of the hats I bought. Okay. So these, I'm a little bit more sure on because I know my Stanley Cup champion hats. This is a 2000 Stanley Cup champion New Jersey Devil hat. So, yep. Sticker still there, which I really like to see. I always keep the sticker right here. But yeah, so I obviously, if you guys know, I collect the Stanley Cup champion hats. This is the 2001. So how I check these, I usually go on Google, all that fun stuff, and I check the images from when they are hosting the Stanley Cup. So where they have pictures of them lifting it, skating around the ice, because I want the authentic locker room hats. So I do that. I go on there, I check several images to make sure everything looks right on the hat. Everything looked good on this one, so I picked it up, and now I have the 2000 Stanley Cup champion hat for the New Jersey Devils to go to the collection. So yeah, I like my Stanley Cup champion hats. I do have one more coming in the mail, so we'll see when that gets here. But yeah, that is that purchase, and that's those. So again, showed you a couple of fake jerseys to watch out for. Again, I will be commenting on the one on eBay, make sure people know that one, and the Poshmark. Again, the New Jersey Devil one, I will be commenting, making sure everybody knows that is also a fake. So again, if you get a fake, please comment for other jersey collectors so people know, hey, don't buy this product because these are not authentic, these are not real, they're fakes, they're rip-offs. Make sure you comment. Please be a good person, I guess is what I'm trying to say. But anyways, that is everything that's going on with the NHL, talked about there, and a couple of fake jerseys and a nice new Stanley Cup champion hat added to the collection. Anyways, this has been Zach from Zach's Hockey Box. I hope you guys enjoyed the content we had in this video. It's a little bit longer than I expected, but it's also has some good content, I think, and good stuff relevant to what's going on in the NHL. This has been Zach from Zach's Hockey Box, and I will talk to you guys again very soon.